Ellen Ripley?
The 50-foot woman in Aliens versus Monsters. I liked her a lot.
Now, Monsters versus Aliens, she was a 49-foot, 11 and 3/4 inch.
Anyway, she's bigger than a man. I liked it, but I just didn't like that character. I found her annoying. I found her really giving this as much as I was kind of annoyed by this Jesse Eisenberg character. I found more annoying because I thought that she was just leading them on, and she couldn't make up her mind.
He wouldn't make the move, and she wouldn't put out. So Corey's like, "Fuck both of them."
Of course, yes. But you know something? Look, it's not that like I said, I don't want to continuously criticize this movie because I really do feel like it was a testament to the director. As far as him making a movie based on his life, I thought it was directed very well. I thought parts of it were written well. One of my favorite people in the movie was Bill Hader. I mean, because he was
really, he's pretty over the top. I thought.
You know what? I mean, I guess I liked him because the movie it had that balance where everything was just going in that Juno type direction, where it was just so hip that when he came in, it was like normally I'd be against somebody like him, but. I thought he was the one that came in and said, "Yeah, this helped the movie lighten up."
This is James, and he's applying for a games job.
Games? Oh, great. Good. Let's get you set up.
Actually, Bobby, I prefer a rides job if it's still open.
You look more like a games guy, plus I got out the games application. So, all right.
Yeah, no,
My name is Bobby. Okay, rules. No freebies, no free turns for your friends, no free upgrades, no free food.
So just nothing is free here.
Everybody has to pay for everything. And more importantly, working in games, no one ever wins a giant panda.
We don't have that many left.
Cool. Can you give me a t-shirt, please?
Here, I have a resume. I don't know if you still want to take a look at it.
James, am I pronouncing that right? James? Yeah. Okay, by accepting this t-shirt, you are...
Hired.
Well, usually more of a ceremonial thing.
Well, he and Kristen Wiig are the comic relief.
Yeah.
Here, and they really do come in and they play those quirky kind of jerky bosses that you had that you still kind of like, but they're still jerks. And they were fun that way. I think you're right in that we have seen these characters before, but I like that because these are real people. This is what it's like to grow up in that kind of environment. Having grown up in an environment like that, that was exactly what it was like to be that age at that time. And it really... it really connected with me. I love the hell out of this film.
What'd you give it?
I give it a full price. I just love this movie.
I thought you grew up making shoes in Korea. I didn't know that.
But he dreamed of a life like this.
That was 6 months when I was, undercover.
Oh, okay.
It was something totally different.
For me, you know what? Like I said, I love all the things that this movie didn't do, the traps it didn't fall into, and it was enjoyable. And you guys are absolutely right about just about everything you said. It does feel familiar. It's like movies we've seen before, but it's like movies we haven't seen for 20 or more years. So I really liked it a lot. Now, I can't go quite full price on it, but I did enjoy it, and I would say matinee.
Yeah, I figured out what it is really that I found annoying in this movie. And it's not so much even the lead characters. It's set in 1987, and there are moments where they really try to push 1987.
Oh, I disagree. Totally.
Are you talking like what? Are you crazy? There's a girl the girl who's competing with him comes in wearing hot pink. She's like, let's go to the club. They're out there like doing dances to like 80s songs.
They don't push the 80s jokes at all. And
it wasn't 80s jokes. I think they just pushed the iconography of that era in certain scenes a little too hard for me.
In 1987.
No, it did. No, there's nothing wrong with it. But the movie had. You see certain movies where you wonder, did that movie take place at that period? And you realize it did, but they never had to hit you over the head with anything that said that period. And this movie did feel like that for a while because I was like, oh, you know what? This takes place in 1987. Then they have to like play Amadeus over and over again at the counter. And I was like, okay, that's not really a joke. That's saying this is the funniest song from the 80s.
No, that was a thing from his youth.
To be fair, when you are that age is when pop culture is the most constantly around you and in your face. It would be weird not to have the signatures of the time in a film with kids.
You shut up. You didn't see this movie. Don't you fuck your thoughts. You didn't tell. Don't you tell me what I think.
Oh, yeah, get on the chopper, bitch.
It's not like they had Everybody Wants to Rule the World playing in the background.
Now, Matella actually said that was the song. That was actually something that happened to him. Was that he just could not get away from Amadeus in 1987. You know what? And that's what that was about. And that apparently that Falco's estate, because Falco is no longer alive, his estate has a good sense of humor and was willing to let them use it like 8 times in the movie.
Yeah, they
and
say,
every
hey, you
time
can-
it comes
yeah.
up, it's funnier and funnier.
You can use Falco's corpse if you want to.
I had a situation like that. I found that a particularly funny joke because I worked at a restaurant for a year. In
That's
which,
nice. Anyway, so my rating for this is I'm joking, man. Come on, I'm joking.
No,
I'm
it's
gonna let
too
you
late.
tell
The joke- it's-
it's not a joke. It's a story. Go ahead.
No, please. I want to hear it.
I was-
I
it
worked
was
at a
a
restaurant
joke.
for a year.
I worked at a restaurant for a year, and the jukebox, the most popular song in there was Hotel California. And so whenever anybody goes in and they're trying to pick songs, they can only think of 2 or 3, so they always pick the most popular.
Yeah.
And I had to listen to Hotel California 9 times a night for a year.
2 years ago with the goddamn lovely lady lumps bullshit. I swear to God, I was ready to shotgun some motherfuckers to death. I actually opened up the jukebox in the restaurant I worked at in the middle of the busiest part of the day. After hearing it 6 times in a row, pulled out the CD, snapped it in half, and threw it across the restaurant. Went back behind the bar.
And oddly
and
enough,
he was fired.
Yeah, but
he was
you picked up your last paycheck that
I
day.
was actually the guy who ran the jukebox, so I was allowed to do that.
but no, so that joke I particularly found
Well,
funny because he cannot get away from that
Now,
song.
it would be okay for that joke to happen if, first of all, I didn't grow up with him, so I don't know what that story is all about. I only can go by what I see in this movie, and it's combined with things like I said, the girl who is going after Jesse Eisenberg, who's
Lisa P.
Well, is that her name, Lisa P?
That's her character.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
her character. Yeah, the girl
Oh,
Lisa
shit,
P.
man. You going out with Lisa P?
Yeah, I know everybody's like, hey, Lisa P. No, and, the girl's competing with him. She's always walking around, chewing gum, wearing hot pink. She's got a silent black friend with her, and it's like, I mean, some scenes okay, but it's just a little overboard. No,
She
it
was,
has nothing-
she was
Now we
wearing
know
a
why he
white
doesn't
Frankie
like
Say shirt
yeah, I mean, it was.
and some checkered Vans.
It was just in a movie that really seemed like it was smart enough to refrain from that. There were moments when certain characters came in that were there just so they could tell you this is the 80s. And I'm giving the movie credit by saying that they did not need to do that. Anyway, I'm criticizing the movie more than I said that I liked it. Like I said, I thought it was a well-directed film. I liked the tone. And even though these characters annoyed me a little bit, I did think that they had genuine moments. So I'll give this a matinee.
You know
Huck,
what?
I didn't know if you were ever going to get to your actual rating.
Oh,
what,
please.
Corey,
I mean, how many times have you said, I've had to edit your shit down so many times. And furthermore,
he admits it. See, that's why you guys never see me on here, because he cuts my shit out.
because
cuts you out.
because the review would be 30 minutes long with the 25 minutes of you talking. That's
Well,
why
no,
you're
no,
like
you
that.
got to
Not
keep in
even on.
mind that Corey has to exist in 75% of the review. So if he lets you talk for 2 minutes, I mean, that's at least 8 minutes of Corey.
That's the power of being God on the computer right here.
You know what Corey hates
I
about
am
Dazed
God.
and Confused? All that music from the 60s and 70s.
Oh my
it's
God,
just
it was
like,
so-
he's like, man, you don't have to keep beating me over the head with the fact that it's like 1976, okay?
Did they
Why
really
you
have to
starting
wear
shit,
bell
man? You didn't
bottoms?
even see this
'Cause
shit.
I
Why you-
didn't, but you're talking
why you-
about teenage kids, man. Don't you,
You
even
did not see
remember what
this
it was
shit.
like
You-
to be a kid?
we sat up here and
Dude,
heard
he
and listened.
dates teenage kids.
That's true. That's true.
Hey,
He knows them inside and out.
let me tell you something. 19, that counts. 19 is legal. 17 is legal in Texas.
That's right. Steely Dan wrote a song about it.
I mean, come on, man. Your last girlfriend was trotting around here in her Jonas Brothers T-shirts and matching underoos. What the
Everybody
fuck?
knows your girlfriend on Spill who's half your age. Now, you be quiet. I don't want to hear you. I don't want to take it.
See,
Them
we
people fucking
touched
with
the
me.
fucking nerve. He started getting personal.
I know, man.
He's like going after you hard
That's
now.
what talk about real shit. Come on.
Damn.
I'll keep it real.
Fuck your thoughts.
Everybody now. No, man. Let's just switch something here. I thought it was funny, though, that he worked. Adventureland is apparently a place where only assholes go. I mean, every customer was somebody who not only complained, but they threw shit. Because the guy works at the gaming booth. He goes in, he's like, I think I'll be better on rides. Like, no, you go to games, and you be on games. And every time that somebody comes up and wants to play a game, they get mad because they don't win some shitty teddy bear, and they throw shit at the guy that's working.
I want to
there.
fight him.
I never. This is like prison. You can get stabbed working a game stand.
Yeah.
Have you never worked a retail job in your life?
What retail job you work at where you almost got stabbed?
I was going to say, that's a little much. I've worked a lot of retail, and I've never been stabbed.
Boy, hey, Sears Roebucks, man, that's some dangerous shit, boy. You ain't lived my life.
Man, you better be strapped when you go to
where
work at
I'm
Orange
from.
Julius.
I'm from.
Don't step up in Walmart unless you got your piece with you, man.
Well, that's actually true.
Okay, well, in certain neighborhoods, yeah.
I think I had a bad corn dog.
Yeah, don't ever eat the corn dogs.
Let me go on.